Greetings and welcome back to Memoriapolis, to the medieval era that we started in the last episode over here. Well, that's our little medieval town so far, and we continue right away with, first of all, a construction that is about to be finished here, the guild. That's gonna be great for our satisfaction in esteem, and also it adds attraction, that is, more people would like to live close to this then as well. On top of that, we get another passive income out of trade routes by +1 coin. Should be nifty for us. The other thing is that we should check immediately my lumberjacks, because some of them are out of resources. This one here, for example, has finished chopping down all the trees, so we can now demolish that, get some workforce back from that, and a bit more space now. The same goes with this one here. It is actually pretty finished at some point. We could still wait for this one to be chopped away, though I don't see much reason for that, so I'm also gonna demolish that right away. This is the Antiquity zone, so we don't really need to have it. I could of course already prepare a zone for my Renaissance city that would be over here, but for now let's just not have any of that. Another thing down here, the sand is over. Like, yes, we still have some clay close by that we can use in this clay pit. Resource wise, it's very important that we continue chopping down wood, and right now we're full on that, so I would like to go into my trade route here once again and continue selling logs. We can sell them to Panormus, and that should be quite a bit, so they can take up to 500. Is it more? 1000 is not possible. 900, 800, 700. All right, it's probably really 600 it is. There you go. 600 we can trade, we get a nice amount of money out of that, and empty our storage with that. With the money we have, let's continue purchasing another trade route, Burka, right over there, for the passive income especially. But yeah, we could also sell some surplus iron or clay here, just in case. Now for this forest area, I really want to get rid of that as quickly as possible, so I'm gonna improve my lumbercat hump here now, so the cutting camp, to chop away even more. Up here we have the forest. It's on that hill, on that mountainside, on the cliffs. I wonder how far we can actually build. I would still like to figure this out. So let's also try a cutting camp. This is a rocky area, right? So we cannot even build the lumber camp here. So this will be hard, but this area should be possible. Let's have a lumber camp hut here to get rid of the forest area as well. With the upgrade of this one, it should also have a bigger radius around it, so we can have more buildings than here. The guild has been finished. It's a beautiful house, a beautiful structure right over here with a market close to it, right? So it makes sense to have it here because there's more and more districts now around that. The first ones are already appearing here on the main road. Fantastic. Now, resources. Another thing is running out. That's this one here, the small quarry. Out of any resources, so we're going to demolish it right away. It was probably for the sand, yep, so we do not have any sand anymore. But of course we have huge beaches here, and this is exactly where we're getting more sand now out from this area. And once we're out of sand, well, then we can have beautiful beaches still with tourism. House of Wisdom reached a new level. That's great for them. This is important because we can unlock more buildings with that. And that one is now being demolished. There you go. Look at the space here. That's fantastic for having more houses than in huts. The cutting camp, there's still some wood, but I'm also gonna demolish it now. Let's also quickly check out our esplanade. So this is for the coins. We are ahead of it. Faction power is struggling with the other one. The building points is already at the next step afterwards. So this should be fine, having big buildings for that. I also really haven't finished the Malus yet, or build it, so we should be doing that. Because with that we can also increase the passive faction power gain. That's pretty important, because only with that can we unlock more buildings down the road. And this one should be going for belonging as well. So it's a political building, so esteem and belonging seems about right for me. I'm also eyeing the glazed pottery workshop. That is for my production people, and we can do this because they leveled up. This gives me 3 parameters of satisfaction. Also on top of that, we do get a production building reserve increase of 10%. That sounds like a pretty big deal for all of my resources. And it needs steel. Okay, so before we can build that, we need a new production going. Steel, which I can't find yet. Interesting. A new family would like to join the faction Albizzi and Giovanna family, members of the Arte della Lana, one of the most important merchant guilds in their hometown of Florence. Take them in. It's a faction that we would like to have, and it's a faction that also pays me handsomely. Okay, steel is something. For that we probably will need to improve our medieval center. There it is. Steel, access to steel with that, and a bunch of other things. We need 3,500 people, and we have that. A bunch of resources, and let's improve our medieval center for the first time. Very good. We now have access to a bunch of more buildings. The radius around it has increased quite a bit. We can expand also all the way here now, and then also through that mountain pass to the other side. That would be one of my targets. For industry, we could continue evolving this one into a medieval industry zone, right? A medieval, just for my medieval town. And in this case here, production, all the way down here, there's the forge. Let's unlock it. And also the gold beater for gold production. Two more. Anything else? That's it. Let's have both of them here right away. Let's keep a bit of space so that I can potentially build a second one as well, right? So I'm gonna have one here. We can have another one here too. Yeah, and then we can go ahead with the forge that is not here. Where's my forge? There it is, and let's also place our forge here, and a second one then just behind that. I'd rather build a second one, I think, once again, instead of upgrading it. The upgrade costs are ridiculous. Space we have plenty, and additional 25 workers we can always afford for a second building. Okay, this small quarry is really running out. It was an improved version, so it's a pity. But that's what it is. Let's demolish it. There is always more around the area. So over here we have 4,300 clay. That's really nice. And sand is also not that great right now, but of course we have just the right location down here. Since this is a pretty big deposit, I'm considering upgrading it. It is not very expensive. Let's do it. Okay, the Knights Templar has reached a new power, and we go with Arsenal now that we can build. And there's my steel. A bit later we can already build the workshop. I would like to have it a bit further in the back here, towards the industry zone that we have, right? So there's gonna be more of these than that we have. The glazed pottery workshop, it's health, it's creativity, and it's we can have there. Everything else, I need more workforce, especially once again. Let's also unlock us the last trade route. Once again, we have them all with their passive income. Another quest, another ropery we have to build. The bonus is the cost of constructing this building will be reduced by 50% if I build it now. Unfortunately, that doesn't count for the workforce, right? Okay, it's huge once again, so it would just be nice to have it here. Problem is, once again, we already have a district forming here, so I can't do that anymore. I'm probably gonna have it just along the main road here. And with that, more people will then also join this area. Let's just make sure that we keep the main road. There it is. Oh, it takes a long time, but it was already the quest is already finishing instantly. And they're satisfied with that. Once again, workforce is the limit. Let's also start with the dungeon. This one gives me safety and one of my choosings for 1,000. And I would also like to go into education for the Episcopal School, because this gives me a construction time reduction of all buildings by 10%. So that also should count for the wonders. That would be pretty neat. Service-wise, the Belfry, the Knight Templar faction. This building can only be constructed once. 3 satisfactions plus attraction bonus enables the construction and improvement of ramparts that we have. Let's also go ahead with that. We're getting a faction now in the medieval district, the Plantagenet this dynasty, a prestigious royal line that has provided many kings and queens to the crown. And yeah, you can join. One of my merchants. that we have now. The cultural points for the politicians. We don't really have that many points there yet. So that's something we can definitely provide. Yeah, this construction here will not be possible for me. We already... Oh, the Militus Christi, we don't have that yet. There it is, 112 workers. We can do it, okay? It gives me only, though, health satisfaction. And the problem is that it's already pretty high. And we really should start doing the others too. So I'm not really happy to place it. I would rather go for the dungeon, honestly. It's also expensive. Can we have the dungeon, please, somewhere up here? That would just be fantastic. It doesn't look like it. What a pity. We could also have it here by the river. So yeah, here, I like it. Let's build it for the safety. And, well, you're probably not getting creativity out of that. So, belonging? Let's go with his theme. Okay, our great city finally also gets a medieval wall. That's pretty important because it decreases the need for health and safety for each inhabitant by 25%. It also reduces the risks and increases taxation by 50% depending on the level that we're doing it. So it's level 1. It also increases internal attraction by 5,000. Is that true? We'll just see. It uses a lot of my wood and stone though. Wood is fine, right? We need all of that. And it's the maximum that we go here with. So... this is also fine, I guess. And this one would take in more districts then. So let's go ahead with that. Alright. The glazed pottery workshop. We would have something like that. We have enough workers though again? Yes, I would like to have probably the Militus Christina or the Episcopal School. Or, wait a second, we can also have the belfry finally. I would like to do this, the belfry. Let's have it also here in the center somewhere. And I could also have it in the town itself, right? But I think it makes more sense to me here somewhere. And we're going to get belfry. Let's make belonging and creativity. In that case, don't forget, this is all gonna be also city, right? So it's gonna vanish with the wall at some point. Also, wisdom reached a new level. Quite the construction. This one takes 170 cycles. It's like a wonder. And there's the belfry. We should be seeing the new districts popping here around as well. We're also out of food again. I still have the improvement to level 3 for the farm. That is surprising. We can also improve this one here if I had the workforce. But I think one will be enough just fine. At least I hope so. Yes, quite so. It's quite the upkeep there again, 100 per cycle. And with all of that, we can now improve the medieval city center to a medieval fortress, get another attraction boost, increase the security radius, and we unlock precious stones and the public square. Holy cow, it's costing quite a bit. It also will increase my stock of everything. Go ahead. There it is. Not really that many things that we have access to now. That's the next one then. 6,500 people we need. Alright. Belonging and creativity is rather low. Hoplites wants to increase their influence. Where are they? I can't see them. Also, the small quarry here is out of resources. Let's get rid of that. I don't see the factions that want to increase their power anymore. There was an overlay, but not any longer. Here we do have our political factions and our educated ones and some merchants over there. And we'll look at that. We have more room again for these surveyor cabins. So I would like to have another one here by that lake. And also, wait a second. Your level of power. Your level of power. Yeah. I would also like to quickly check out the natural resources. Gold. Iron. Sand. Oh, that's a very good area here that I want to secure for myself. So somewhere over here. Don't forget, we can place it right here. And then down the road can upgrade that further. Same goes with this area. The fall of Constantinople, an out-of-breath messenger brings you worrying news. The Ottomans are besieging the Byzantines in Constantinople, while the Timoids are threatening towns close to the Ottoman. Your advisors recommend that you inform the Byzantines of their advantage in attacking the besiegers. You can also negotiate with the Ottomans. Okay, support Constantinople, support the Ottomans, or barricade yourself. Let's support Constantinople here. Bricks, tiles, and food. Because we're actually also not having the best wood stock. So I would love to get another cutting camp. Where is it? Pretty hard to see that here. Sometimes it's there and sometimes it's not. There you go. We also open up building space with that for the Renaissance city then. Have it somewhere here because we can improve it, of course. Yeah, dungeon. Again, I already have a dungeon. I'm not building another one. But what we can build now is a demur for the political faction happiness. Let's have this one. Perhaps we are able to place it somewhere here. Must be not on a rocky area. This doesn't look like a rocky area to me. So hard to build something here. There it is. Can easily squeeze it in here. Gives me, I think creativity. And holy cow! After endless construction, the wall is finishing. There you go. And of course, you have to pay a fee if you want to pass the main road here. Through my gates. That quarry is done for as well. So we will need to readjust our economy here quite a bit. So gold and iron should be fine. Sand is still coming in. Clay is still coming in. Stone. Okay. And wood. Wood we can upgrade now. And I'm pretty sure we can also have a nice quarry here. Yes, with lots of stone and lots of clay. There you go. Let's start with stone. We need quite the number on that. We're below the faction power again. Can't believe that. We need more cultural buildings. There's my next one. The faction with the Plantagenet dynasty has reached a new level. That's important. And I would also like to go for the manor right away. It's still not the one that I need though. Let's still get this one. The thing is though, if I want to go for edicts, I need to have the House of Grievances in the Middle Ages. I haven't found that yet. Okay, that's fine too. Probably attraction inside the ramparts is increased. That's pretty neat for the stables. And the safety requirement is reduced with the barracks. It's oh, so much workforce. Do we also do a bit of religion things here? Increases the minimum and maximum migration by +1. Let's get those factions. You never know what you need. Hoplites want to increase their influence. I can't see that. Right, there is no... There used to be an overlay for this. But it's no longer there. There are the hoplites. Can I have it here? No, also not. Where are they? There they are. Nothing though. Nothing that I could do to make them happier. There's my hostile dieu. Let's have it all the way out here. That's with belonging, and let's also have creativity. Since we do need those 2 parameters there. Oh, I'm going to like this. The Portus, a harbor. Sale prices of commercial resources increased. Also just fits in nicely here. I'm gonna have this one too. Okay, Emperor Constantine, ruler of Constantinople, informs you that he will take advantage of your information to attack. Called in advice, the Ottomans will suffer a heavy loss. You can advise the Emperor to continue striking at the Sultan's army or drastically change sides and send armies to defend the Ottomans. No way. Even though the Ottomans we get precious stones out of that. A lot of it. This is the weaker one, but of course it's all about ideology. We have to support our Europeans. What's here? That cutting camp is already done for. Let's get rid of it. That's great because it increases attraction in the area and it also opens up space again for more districts that we can have here. That's this. Okay, also that one's finished. Pretty sure we're not getting that coin. Unfortunately, I'm for some reasons not able to keep up with the demand of my factions. Portus, 122. I gotta say, I don't like this mechanic so much. It doesn't feel good to be constantly limited by something that I cannot directly control. And it's limiting me at every second of the game, right? Doesn't feel so great, honestly. I would love to build more of these decorations here, especially here the public square, but they cost a huge amount of workforce. And I'm already behind on my satisfaction levels again. So I know that I need to build them in order to attract more people, but okay, this one, they're all generating attraction anyway, right? So a public square that doesn't give me anything outside of attraction doesn't seem like the best idea to me. Finally, we can build the portus. Let's go ahead and do this. Somewhere here. So that our great city also finally has a port. And this one, the portus, safety and esteem is fine. Creativity and esteem though. Alright, makes sense. Small quarry, out of resources. With that we have nothing over there anymore. Right, right. Probably still here though, right? That would be sand. But I don't really need sand right now. Okay, the Ottomans have rid themselves of the foreign threat to the frontier and are on the road again to Constantinople. His army is undoubtedly larger and more determined than that of his father. For all the specters of this war, you seem to have an unwavering allegiance to the oppressed. Your messengers could inform Emperor Constantine that mercenaries such as Giovanni Giustiniani would be willing to help him, but perhaps this new sultan could raise the stakes. No. We are staying true to our allies. Okay, we have a bit of coin. I might be inclined to have a little plaza here. To attract more people living here. Of course, the quarry here is adding disturbance, and that's quite a bit of that. So I'm going to demolish it, get rid of that here. And we're just going to move it somewhere over there, because there's no one here, right? Still a lot of sand though. Now. Okay, the next quarry is out. This one still has sand though. That's it, this one. Okay, two very important ones that we have unlocked now. The library, the first one here. This one unlocks me the know-how production. And this one here is finally giving me decrease. And both of them also have lots of parameters that we can add. So both of them are also expensive, 112 each. So once again, I need to wait, unfortunately, for that workforce. Okay, good old Giovanni has answered your call, and above all that, of the reward promised by Constantinople, he has assembled over 700 mercenaries. The final assault is underway, but the support Constantinople had requested from the Pope and European cities is slow in arriving. You have two choices: sabotage the Sultan and poison his army, or betray the Byzantines. Support Constantinople. How many more times do you ask me? I am staying true. Food is fine. I think it's all really fine here, so we have plenty of stuff. Stone is perhaps a bit on the lower side. This is also, you know, we're having here 6 workers. If I want to improve this one here, we're producing 2 more stone per cycle, right? 2 more from 5 to 7, but we consume twice as many workers. So these improvements seem very, very strange to me. I don't know. I'd rather build a second quarry, honestly, and save me the workers. We have enough workers for either one of them. I would like to go with the House of Grievance first for the decrees that we can enact with that. Alright, where should we have you? Yeah, probably here in my city center. And we can go with belonging and creativity. And with that, we have now access to the politics. And in here, we can now go with a decrease that we can put out there, right? So it costs me a bit of coal each time. And here we can say, for example, increase the safety satisfaction of 7 every cycle. Pretty neat. Safety is still pretty fine for me. Stop migration. Increase the attraction generated by the ramparts. Alright. There we have belonging. There we have education points gained. Creativity satisfaction. Go with that for 120 cycles. There you go. I mean, we have so much gold. Theoretically, I can go with as many as I like. We are limited to by 2. Okay. There you go. Both of them are running now. We can improve the medieval fortress once again. And I'm eager to do this right away. Hooray! And with that we got the courtier. I think one more level up we have to the medieval capital. And dusk falls on the battlefield, no one moves, no one shouts, the last Ottoman is dead and Sultan Mehmed is nowhere to be found, the soldiers are stunned, Constantinople has once again repelled the invaders. We do gain a cemetery building. I guess for all the dead Ottomans. There it is, but yeah, the bonuses are not really that great. We've also unlocked the Residencia Politicus down here. And the Wheelwright Workshop. Finally, also a university with 3 parameters again. And with that, we can then unlock the know-how for our city. Okay, here we can now choose know-how. We can activate this one. For example, passive faction power gain is increased by 10% with the free will. This needs 3 slots. Right, we have 10 slots available. I like this. Let's activate our free will here as the first one. Generation of blueprints, 10%. And maximum migration increased by 1. That fills it up to 10. And with that, 3 very powerful, well, know-hows have been activated. The migration, I'm hoping that more people move in faster, right? And with that, more workforce. And then we also have our Wonder Fontana Maggiore. Cost me basically everything I have, but we can afford it. Let's purchase a blueprint from that, the 3,200. And with that, we got our Wonder. Let's just see. Can I see the size of it already? No, okay, 400 stone I need. That seems laughable. I will need another stone quarry. Are we producing stone here already? We are. With another one probably over there. No, that's not good enough. Here? Yeah, that looks better. Just wonder where we can place it. Okay, this one is the strangest one so far. If I want to place it, it's not big, that's great, but it shows me must be placed on the periphery of the attrition zone. Now, attrition zones are, as far as I can see, the buildable space that we have unlocked so far, right? So if I want to place this one, we need to place it here because that's the periphery zone, right? It is only allowed to touch it, but if I go further in, we cannot build it anymore, right? So it really, this building needs to be totally outside of your city because it gives you, first of all, new buildable space. It also gives you then the radius where wonders or other cultural buildings do not deteriorate. The thing is though, this is just a massive zone, massive difference, right? So this is already not possible anymore. This is possible. And this is also not possible anymore because this is attrition zone again. Crazy! So I'm also not allowed to build it here. If I want to build it here, I need to get rid of this whole area there. In my opinion. What I can see right now. Because otherwise I'm not in the... Otherwise I'm in the attrition zone, right? Here, it's possible again. But that's crazy, right? This is a pretty big building and it's supposed to be so far outside. I could also have it over here. That could work. If I place it here, we would need to get rid of the farm and the surveyor cabin. And then we can build it here. So at least the hostile deer would be saved. But still, that would just... It's strange, honestly. But okay, let's try it this way. We don't need another farm for this. I could also think about upgrading my current farm another step up. This one we already have. This one is the next in line. We can already do this. So this one boosts the food by doubles it, right? So these upgrades are really valuable. They're worth it, totally. The question is, we could also... Please let me have one here. That would be great. That is great. Because I'm probably never really going to build anything here. That's really far outside. And the cool thing about this one is we have plenty of space for a huge farm that we're leveling up all the way to 3. That would be my idea here. And then we can build the wonder, hopefully, where we're supposed to do this. The Hoplite faction trust in your action drops dangerously low. They're not happy with us. Let's lower the taxes. So this gives them a boost again. Hoplites, hoplites, hoplites. They are... This is also my faction thingy here. The hoplites are military faction. We should do something with military stuff for them. That would be... all the way up here, right? There it is. Dungeon we've already built. The stables sound nice. And the arsenal gives me also something. Safety requirements reduction. I like the barracks for the safety requirement reduction. Let's do this. And build me the barracks. I'm also gonna build them here. So this is where supposedly I'm going to push my wonder, if that is possible. But right now I have no idea. We'll just see how that works out. I do need more food anyway. So there's the farm. And we're gonna level this up all the way to level 3. Could be possible. And level 3. This is gonna be quite the food production here. $48 per cycle. There's a bell. A guild. We already have a guild. I'm not building a second one. We can improve to medieval capital. Let's go ahead and do this. The final improvement. We're also nearing the end of the medieval era, and we were, come on, we were like on top of it already. So we pushed the power up again, but it was not enough by a whisker. So I'm hoping that the last coin we're getting here then. There it is, the village square, and we can now upgrade to the next era, to the Renaissance. But we need to have a power of at least 90 for that. Well, one of my factions anyway. Yes, let's switch to iron. We have a surplus now of 193. 200, that's great, but it's not gonna be enough. This one here is producing 132. We can delete it safely now, but it would drop our food, of course, quite a bit. It's still gonna head and demolish it together with that surveyor cabin. At some point it had to happen. There you go. So we can also build hopefully another proximity tower again. There it is. And we can do this over here. As far away as possible, please. Because this is going to be a new farm area. And we should, please, really be able now to build this one once that one here is gone. Then we'll just see what happens. Holy cow, really. It's crazy. This is a crazy mechanic. This is a mechanic I don't really like. I mean, this is really far away already. And the radius is there though, right? So these buildings down there should be... These here should be in it. Still a pretty strange mechanic, honestly. Let's build it anyway, because I want to get the parameters going for this. So theoretically, current faction power 96, and the merchants would have 100, so they're maxed out. But I have a feeling that it needs to be a medieval faction, right? So the Knights Templar we have, the House of Wisdom we have, the Hoplites we have, that's 86, so they're pretty close to that already. Especially since I continue with the low taxation policy, they should get more in power. Also, we could have another militaristic faction, well, culture building. I would like to work on that. So we have two. We have the barracks. I've already built them now. The stables seem also like a good thing because they increase the attraction inside the ramparts and thus upgrade our districts further. Yeah, something like that. Also, the monument, of course, once we finish that, we are boosting everything in the city further. So could probably wait for that. Look at the city itself. This is just so cool. Like when you have a high amount of attraction, then these buildings upgrade to a high density district zone, right? Whereas the further you move out, you have then these with courtyards and gardens and fields next to them. These details. I think still this one here is also having a pretty bad influence on the surrounding area. 1,300 sand, then it's gone. Okay, also the Albizzi family moved up, and the House of Wisdom we can upgrade with another boost in power. Food-wise, another farm can't hurt. Gonna have this one over here, also as far away as possible. Together with probably best served a cutting camp to reduce the amount of forest here. And this one, you can also improve now to level 4. Safe one to do. It's pretty expensive though. Holy cow. I'm waiting on that. I'm waiting. And with the finishing of the wonder, we also have a carnival once again. I would like to build a second wonder. It's the Oxford University, and don't laugh, I'm gonna have it here somewhere, right? Because this one is gonna be the future, wait a second, let's have it like this. Renaissance area, right? And it makes sense to me to have this one, this massive construction. I mean, holy cow, it's really massive. Somewhere here. And it's gonna be engulfed in the whole city then at some point. There you go. We can afford it quite easily. 180 days. By the way, we are closing in, and this time we're gonna get all the 4 coins. Right, so also the faction power is now, we're totally ahead of that. So this is fine. I'm not worried about towards New Age yet. I think this is just normal. We are a bit ahead anyway, according to the timeline. Once we finish this, we are ready to go, more or less. I would always like to have something here. Unfortunately, I think this is not going to be the case anymore. The main problem we had here, of course, is the location, right? I was not able to place that many cultural buildings close to my districts as I would like to. I think it's still looking fine, right? So the city is going up here. It looks very, yeah, natural, chaotic around a mountain. On the other side of the mountain, we have then our Renaissance infrastructure. In that case, we have still the farm over there. Let's improve this one too. And also all the way this farm here. We could even have, look at that, another farm here. This wouldn't be a big problem as far as I can see. Security station, what is that? Okay, this is an upgrade to the surveyor cabin. It seems like it. Yeah. But we still have one more of this one here. We could just upgrade this one here too. I'm gonna do this, so we have another farm then in this area. Okay, any faction requests? There are none. And because of the building system, this was actually the most logical choice, right? Because here would make even less sense, and here we could not build it because it was too close to the periphery of another wonder. So this is out of the question, and here this would have been the other location. So it's just, yeah, it's a bit of a strange system, honestly. But let's go ahead and have it here. It's fine, because this is going to be Renaissance era area. We are looking really good on food. Let's also go into Renaissance era then with as many resources as possible. And I think also, yep, we're going to get all 4 coins. Easy. Just need to wait now for this to finish. Oh, what is that? An epidemic spreads very quickly through a district. It can spread very quickly and our citizens will perish without the doctors being able to intervene. Increase citizens' satisfaction. We are full satisfaction except for the belonging. This might be something we can still push a bit, perhaps. Belonging. I really don't have a lot of cultural buildings that would add that. The manor, the malice we have. You want to build me a decree, that is fine. Let's have this one here still. Perhaps we can squeeze it in there. Perfect. Actually, we have done some district adjacency to this. And he wants me to push a decree, the population control. There it is. Increases the military culture point generation by 15%. Yeah, let's go up again. And with that, we have finished this. They are happy with that. Any other request? And there it is, towards a new age. Many cycles have passed. Everything around you is changing. And amid all this excitement, you sense a new era is approaching. And with that, we have finished the medieval era. And now we're pushing towards the Renaissance. The third era that is now added, that has been added with the latest update. We can also have now an option then here at the end, Yersina Pestis. Okay, so thanks to foreign doctors, the epidemic has subsided, but even though life is getting back to normal in your town, councils have mixed feelings about the future. You choose to boost the birth rate, or we go for more safety and belonging. Let's go for safety and belonging on this one. Once again, we need to choose what we want to keep. So these ones here, I think they're close to the monument. Can I just upgrade all of them? We can use memory points to protect them. Where can I see my total memory points? Down there they are. 3 we have still. So I can basically... Okay, that's the coins we got, right? Only now do I kind of like realize that. Ooh, look at that. In the Antiquity area, we're losing most of it. By the look of it. Can't be helped. I still have... Oh no, I have no more points. So this would be what we can go for. And now, once again, we also need to choose a new destiny. So we can upgrade what we have already. We can also go for something new. I think we might actually go for an upgrade this time around. Or we have 2 additional decrees that we can run. Or we increase the blueprint production, double the active know-how slots. That's, I think, the best one out here. Let's go with this. Beginning of the Age of Renaissance. And yeah, a new city center. And we are, of course, continuing here in the next episode of Memoriapolis. Stay tuned.